So yeah, I'm gonna give you a couple trade ideas, and we're gonna start with Facebook. So this is gonna be for next week. So it's the 17th now. So it'll be stuff that's like the 23rd expiration. What I'm looking at for Facebook, or longer out if you want to go that. But these are some old trend lines I had on here. You can see the support and resistance I kind of drew on, and it's actually pretty much been holding that for a while up until it hit this point, and then it broke through a little bit and then came down up higher, then came down, and then actually kind of held this support for a while, and then just above this resistance, and kind of been trading like that. So actually I think we can kind of put a new support line up here, like at this level. We'll do it like this with this drawing tool with the price level. So it'll just go all the way straight across. So I think that's kind of where a new support is, which coincidentally is right at about the 190 mark. So if we kind of zoom in here, what I'm kind of looking at here, so we see this kind of sideways, kind of down, up, and then it went up and then came down a little bit, but now it's going back up. You can see it's just above the 30-day moving average and the 9-day moving average. So the MACD is coming up and RSI is just kind of steady coming up. I really think that Facebook can hit this old support or this old resistance line at about 190 and even maybe break through up higher to maybe like an old high 195 here in the next week or two. Friday had a decent amount of volume, which sometimes is good because we don't see a lot of trading on Fridays sometimes. But so I'm kind of looking at that. I'll show you the trade, the option chain here. So I kind of put it in. If I did a vertical at the 190 mark for this week's expiration, so remember we're thinking the 190. So if we did one of them, it would cost us 53 cents. So if Facebook is at or above 190 at close on Friday, the 23rd, we would have max profit, which would be $250 because it's a 2.5 point spread. But we paid 53, so as Thinkorswim will show you, if we put in $53, it'll make us 197. That's actually a 372% gain if we held it to max expiration. You could do singles on this. Facebook's actually pretty cheap. You could just do a single and hold it for a day or two and hope that it goes up. But I really do like a vertical on it because you have limited risk. The most you're going to be out is what you put in, and you limit your profit, but I don't really foresee a Facebook just jumping up like 20 points or anything. So if anything, I think the 372% gain is really good for Facebook. Yep. So that's my Facebook trade idea I'm going to be looking at for next week. The other one is BRKB, and I actually said this, I think it was in my chat room I called it out. So last week we had this huge jump up, and I said BRKB, I like a put on this, which at the time I even said, like, well, I don't know why I'm saying I like a put on it. It's kind of one of those things where it is just kind of a gut feeling, but at the time MACD was going up and the RSI was going up, and it had a decent amount of volume input, and it looked like it was kind of just going to keep rolling along and maybe go to the 220 mark, set new highs. But I thought, I don't know, maybe I'll put on BRKB. And then what happened? It went down 6 points over the week, so it would have been a good put. Conversely, I do like a call on this now. You can kind of see it's been going kind of sideways, up and down, making, I mean, if you said this was the low here at 189, kind of goes up, comes down again, new low here at 200, up, comes down, another 189, up, comes down to 205. So if it opens even kind of strong, I think we could see it going to like 212 again, 213, test the 212 mark, kind of where this sits at. I mean, you can see on the chart here, I mean, if I'll just make another trend line here, money line, you can see it hit the 212, 213 mark here, came back down, hit it here, came back down. So I think we're going to be getting back to that. So if we look at the option chain on that, BRKB, again, these are like super inexpensive options for this week's expo. You can go out next week's too, and it's still even pretty cheap if you go a couple strikes out of the money. Excuse me. So even if you did like something just at the money and you did a vertical, it's a 250 spread and you're paying $1.45. So if you put in $145, you would make 105. So if BRKB is at 207.5 at the end of the week, if it's at or above, you know, you make the $105. I'll calculate that out for you. So if you're at 145 and you get back to 250 spread, it's a 72% gain. So if BRKB goes up, I mean 207.5, 0.64 or whatever, like if it goes up $1, then you're looking at a 72% gain at the end of the week, which is pretty good. I think it's a pretty solid play. I mean, it can go up or down, you know, that much. I mean, it opened at 208 on Friday and closed at 206. So it can definitely go. Also, it's just at the 9 and 30 day moving average. So I think it's going to use that. There's pretty good support. Right now, the 9 day is at the 207.43 mark. So I think that's a super safe play. I mean, as safe as you can get, in my opinion. So the next little trade idea I got is on Apple. If we look at Apple, so we got the 9 day exponential moving average. It's just hitting that right now, and Apple's one of those stocks where it's just a good overall mover usually. And I mean, we did have this downtrend right here. I mean, everything went down. That's when it kind of crashed. It hit bottom, came roaring back, then kind of hit a little bit of resistance here these 2 days at 180. People taking profits, and just market kind of didn't know what to do. Dropped down a little, and then just kind of back, and then up, hit the new yearly high of 183.5, probably like an all-time high, and then back down. So MACD's kind of just shifting over now. RSI is kind of going down, and it was kind of a big sell day on Friday. But I think what we could see is Apple easily going back up to 180. I do like the 180 mark for Apple. Check out the option chain. Right now, the 180 mark is just at the money. You could buy a single, but you know I like verticals when it comes to holding for max profit. So it's going to cost us 116 at a 250 spread. So if we put $116, we get back 250. So 250 minus 116 is 134. And so if we put in 116 and we get back 250, it's 115.5% gain. That's pretty good. Yeah, I actually might have Apple. Nope, I got Google. So I might be doing a play on that. I think that's pretty steady. I think it's a pretty solid play. It can get back to 180 within a week. It's only 2 points, not even, and like as you can see, 2 points is almost nothing. This 175, 176, it goes up and down 2 points in a day. So as long as it kind of goes up, you're looking good on Apple. Check out my other note here. What do we got? Amazon. Amazon's another one of those ones I like, kind of like Apple, where it's like this thing's pretty strong, it's always good. I mean, even during a little downturn we had, it's still okay. And it kind of does this thing where it goes up and down, kind of makes like these choop, 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 higher lows, right? New highs, higher lows, new highs, higher low. So this is one of those ones where I think it could even open pre-market down a bit and then come back. I think the 1600 range is definitely doable for Apple. The RSI is just kind of coming down, but I think it's going to kind of do one of these things where it kind of comes down and then just goes up. Same with MACD. I mean, it's just kind of like it just slowly goes up. I think 160 is definitely doable on Amazon. So Boeing. I think Boeing's a good play here too. It's below the 30-day and the 9-day moving average. It didn't do too much on Friday, even though you can look and see that it was kind of heavily traded. So if we go to the daily chart and see what happened. So I had a phone call, but now I'm back. So looking at the daily chart for Boeing, didn't do too much after hours. A little bit of trading. So hopefully it'll kind of open up. And so I like Boeing. And last one, I think, yes, is eBay. I do like eBay this week. So if you kind of look and see eBay, it was kind of going up and up and up, and then it had the huge earnings play where it hit earnings but just skyrocketed 6 points. It's pretty big. It came back down, and now it's kind of just been going up. So it's one of those lower lows, higher lows, whatever. And now if we just zoom in on here, it just goes up and down, and now it's right at the 90-day and the 30-day, or 9-day, 30-day. And even though the MACD is going down, I think it could start to shift. If we see it kind of open up strong, I think it could get back to the 44 mark. If we kind of draw this little line here, you can see, actually if we go all the way back here, so you see it come up here and touch this. So this is going to be a resistance level right here at 44.5. Right here it hit 44.5. Right here it almost hit 44.5. Here 44.5. Now it's all the way back here, down here. And as far as support levels go, you can kind of see it, except for this little dip down there. That's when the market kind of took a poop on us. Remember that week? I do. So if we zoom in on there, you can see the support here at the 42, support here. So it's almost at the support line. So it looks like it's kind of going to be trading here. It did have high volume, and it didn't really go up or down that much. I mean, it was a difference of, 13 cents. So I think we're going to see that back up to about the 44 mark. And if we check out the option chain, we'll see what it looks like. The 44 mark is like way up here. So if you want to do singles, I mean, the theta is actually not that bad on it because the options are so cheap anyway. I mean, you're not going to be getting hit with huge theta. So you could even do singles on that. Just like I've said before, if you do singles, look at the volume, look at the open interest. You don't want to be getting into like this one that's got no volume, no open interest. You're not going to be able to get out of it. But like, you don't want to go so far out of the money. Even like the 44, that's okay. But the 44.5, 30 volume, 117 open interest isn't the greatest. I mean, you don't want to be getting too far in to that low volume, that low open interest, because you're not going to be able to come back out of it. Yeah, so I like eBay for that. That's all I got for you guys. Thanks.